so much for joining us.
Yes, welcome to our live stream of the services broadcast system, our very first seminar online.
Yes, of course, I am Special Agent Michael Vetsch.
And I am Special Agent Matt Ness. Thank you for joining us, Internet.
And we are also supported today by Special Agent Brian Raine over on the key.
He will be supplying some nice, airy music for us as we have an adventure, but with this adventure we have lighting and production, and that comes from our two special agents, Agent Schowalter and Agent Dransutavicius. Give them a hand at home if you can. Now,
on to the seminar. We all know why we are here. You at home have been given the clearance as agents of the intelligence organization known as the Service.
Yes.
That we are here to learn how to become better secret agents.
And how would we ever learn such a thing without following example of one of the greatest agents the Service has ever had?
And of course, there are so many agent possibilities out there that we could study. There's James Bond.
Yes. There's Ethan Hunt from Mission Impossible.
Dora the Explorer.
Good examples.
None of them measure up to, of course, the Service's greatest agent, and that agent is Agent Thunder.
Agent Thunder is one of the most effective, most dangerous, and most handsome agents the Service has to offer in the international community.
And of course tonight we will be reviewing one of his fantastic missions, of which there are so many.
In fact, that whole catalog is so vast that you could just take a noun and take an adjective, throw that together, and that would be one of the names of the missions that he's been on.
And that's exactly what we're going to do today to select that. We have a few very high clearance, very special agents in-house with us tonight, not streaming from home as all you fair agents are. From our in-house agents, could we get some suggestions here of, did you want
yes.
yours first? I
First,
forget how we do that.
Oh yeah, it's okay. First, we will go with the most basic. We will go with a noun. That is a person, place, or thing. From our agents in the audience, please, a noun.
Barn.
A barn.
Barn.
A barn. Protected in Alberta.
And also from these agents, if we could get an adjective, a describing word. Yes.
Loud.
What was that?
Loud.
Loud. Oh, of course.
Right.
Yes, Mission
Loud Barn.
This is one of Agent Thunder's most classic missions.
It's
truly exemplary.
It's a hoot, a holler, a cockle-doodle-doo.
And you can't turn it on down. Yes, I think this is the perfect mission for us to review tonight.
Yes, I think so. Well, without further ado, I think we should explore Agent Thunder in this mission of
Mission Loud Barn. We open on a big longhorn cattle ranch. It's the bright sunny day. There are animals flitting about within the pastures. We see long horns just sitting there munching around, chewing some cud. But all of a sudden, the sounds of this ranch are all thrown aside. We hear a loud rumbling in the distance. On the far country road, rushing up, a large dust cloud. Suddenly, out of it bursts a lone figure on a motorcycle. They're tearing ahead down the countryside in the direction of this ranch. And as the cloud begins to clear, we see a large selection of Humvees right behind it in close pursuit.
This figure is going on the motorcycle, jumping over hay bales, over animals.
It then lands in the midst of the pasture and doing a big donut spin, hops off the motorcycle and looks to the left, looks to the right, eyeing up the largest steer in the whole area.
Oh, slow down, boy. Careful. Look, I have a plan.
We cut back to the Humvees, driving up to the barn. A bunch of henchmen get out. They have weapons with them, all sorts of armor, and they kick down the barn door. I could have sworn he came in here.
They begin prowling around this old structure, looking through crannies, startling chickens.
Get out of here, chicken! Get out of here!
when all of a sudden, some sort of plan is hatched.
All you hear from up top is
A low bellow as the huge longhorn jumps from the upper tier of the barn and comes crashing down on top of the entire squad of armed agents. Ah! Riding atop the mighty steer. The figure removes the motorcycle helmet and says, "Well, yippee-ki-yay." This oxen-riding figure, of course, is Agent Thunder.
as the dust clouds start to settle. We see all sorts of service members who work for the service all around, taking samples of this large ranch.
They're outside the barn. They're starting to secure the area, rolling up the caution tape. And we see coming out of the barn is that very same longhorn pulling, tied behind all of these armed militiamen in a long line on one rope behind it. And Agent Thunder dusts off his suit as he also exits the barn in tow.
Well, thank you, Bighorn. You have been a good friend to me. Maybe you can come on my next mission with me.
It begins making its way on over to the large water trough. When suddenly it's startled, it seems agitated.
Huh. What is it, boy? What is it?
And rising up out of the water trough, with the scuba mask on. Hello there, Agent.
It's the director!
Sorry for the surprise. It's just such hot sun down here in Texas. I thought I'd take a bit of a dip before I briefed you on your next mission.
Well,
Hello
Director,
there,
you scared my new friend.
Hey, don't worry, he's right back into the water.
Oh,
It's
wonderful.
got that special director flavor. But enough about my personal musk. You've done great work here, but you have another mission to attend to, Agent.
Oh, well, the work never stops for Agent Thunder.
Yes, Agent. We're going to put you on a special mission this time, and it does not have to do with this kind of barn or this kind of farm, but one with just as much ferocity, and it is in the middle of a desert like this one.
If you'll just simply follow me, I've got some horses here. I'll begin to brief you as we head our way to Doc's laboratory setup over across the reef.
Say no more, Director.
Now,
Well, these are soft hooves on
it's
these.
almost as though they don't have shoes. They're just bare hooves.
Unethical practice.
Now, you see, Agent, this next mission we're sending you on, as I mentioned, it is a bit of a wild ruckus. You will be headed
To the Antarctic. Yes, that entire landmass for years has been breeding a special kind of penguin, who are large, big, fat penguins. Ones who can they have milk. You can kill them and butcher them.
I don't really know that much about penguins. This is abundantly clear, Director. But I see, when you mentioned you would be heading to another desert, you were referring to the particular definition of desert that uses the levels of precipitation. The fact that it's not a warm place, even though it is snowy down on this Antarctic tundra, it's still classified as a desert.
Oh, correct, Agent. Now, this barn, this one in the desert that you have so adequately
Described for us. Well, this barn we found has been the source of these large new-bred penguins. We've been seeing them for years, and scientists were so confused as to what was causing the large growth patterns in all these different breeds of Antarctic birds.
Oh, finally, we made it.
Nope.
Oh.
Sorry, this is just the first ridge. There's another one.
Oh, sorry, my horse is getting tired. It's my horse.
You can hop on back of my horse.
Okay.
Now, you see, Agent, we've been finding that this large structure has appeared at the aforementioned barn. If you could just hold a little more on the side.
you know what? I'm gonna do you a favor.
Really restricting the breathing. Oh.
Oh, yes. We're going to go to this. You're going to go to this barn in Antarctica, and you're going to investigate this peculiar biological misfortune.
The happenstance, yes.
Yes.
I see that you said you've been finding traces of it. I suspect that.
Okay,
I'm on my own.
no, I'm the director. We're here. We're finally here.
So you've been saying that before this, the right horses, they had not found any traces as to what was causing these large penguins?
Well, that is exactly what we want you to find out, Agent.
Thus far, it had seemed like some sort of strange biological mutation of its own. But with the arising of this structure in the Antarctic realm, which is normally very desolate and hard to inhabit, we think it must have a connection as to why the penguins are having this growth shift.
Interesting. Well, I assume I'm going to have to be outfitted with certain cold-endearing gadgets and...
Of course, yes. Just beyond the next ridge. Now that you've released the horses, you'll have to walk another ridge over to Doc's laboratory. But one more thing I'll tell you before your hike. You will be meeting an excellent expeditioneer down in the Antarctic.
Oh, this expeditioneer knows little about this
Yes,
mission?
they've been briefed on everything. They've been one of our primary contacts for the service since the origination of this bond's appearance. Well, we think that if you go down and meet with her, her name is, of course, June Frost.
Frost. Well,
Named after the common occurrence.
yes, Robert Frost. Just a great... Every time he releases a
Oh,
book.
no, it's because whether some places there's Frost and June. It's totally normal and not fudged up at all. But yes, you'll be meeting June Frost and she can lead you through the treacherous environment. But I shouldn't keep you waiting for the dock any longer. Good luck on your run.
All right.
Crossing over yet another ridge, we enter into a small, shallow valley with large, old trees bearing as the moon shines down on them, casting shadows across a wide array of lab benches.
All of these lab benches have different concoctions, but mainly little test tubes full of different animals of the barn that we were just at. There's horse dung, and there's pig saliva, and there's farmer sweat. Farmer sweat.
Whoa. Yes, and moving back and forth between all these beakers and vials is a very frantic figure.
I'm not there yet.
Is that the telltale sound of shoeless feet I hear?
Doc, it is I, Agent Thunder.
Agent Thunder, so glad you could make it. Excellent timing. You arrived just as I finished up your very first device.
Oh, well, I'm going to the Antarctic. I must need something very capable for... What on earth are you doing, Doc?
Well, I'm hammering these goggles.
Oh, well, why on earth would you have to
I'm not doing anything more specific to them. I'm just wildly...
You're hammering these goggles, and finally they're done. Now try them on, Agent. Now what can you see? Or maybe I should ask you, what can you hear that you can see, that you can hear, that you can see?
Well, the thing is, Doc, because of all the hammering, you've severely damaged the glass, and I can't actually see anything out of it.
No, that's the residual vibration of my hammering. It goes in super slow motion. You can see all sorts of sounds all across.
It's clearing up. You're right. I can see resonations of sound from all across the ridges here.
And you can hear...
The lost horses, they're still running.
Yes.
The large steer, he's not done drinking yet.
Ooh.
And the oh, I don't want to tell you what the director's up to.
Oh. Please don't tell me that.
I just said I wouldn't.
Okay.
Okay, well, that was, see, as you notice, here in the barren landscapes, once you're down there in the Antarctic, even if there's a wicked snowstorm or anything that'll white out your visuals, this should help you navigate that landscape still.
Another brilliant invention, Doc.
No, you know what I do.
But what I do is a little bit of two, because I have another gadget for you.
Oh, excellent. Well, thank you.
Yes. Grab it.
Yes, just like that. Now grab it from the top.
Okay.
No, not like that.
Oh.
Grab it from the top. Yes, like that. Yes. Now you see, this long cylinder that I've given you, if you just give it a quick little plunger down from the top, and he's covered in a full-body red parka.
This red parka is made of titanium wool, and the wool from titanium goats themselves can can deflect any bullet, any projectile off of this suit.
This not only will protect you from the horrific climate and the terribly low temperatures down south, but it will also give you great offensive and defensive capabilities. You'll be as stubborn as the meanest barn goat out there.
Thank you, Doc.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize it came goofed up, zipped
Wait,
up. I'll have to
wait.
make a note for that here.
How do I equip it? Do I have to do the whole
So you have to
thing?
grab it from the middle,
Okay.
and then grab it from the top.
Okay.
No, not like that. From the top.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
And give it a little plunge.
Um.
You heard what I said.
Okay.
That's the one. Yep. That's the one.
Well, I was down there doing a squat for a while.
And it's right back down to the size of a beautiful little red furnace.
Oh, well, thank you, Doc. Well, this should be an interesting but cold adventure, but I appreciate your engineering and your excellence.
No problem. And now, the most high-tech device I've got. The way we'll be getting you down south to Antarctica. I hooked up a big slingshot to these dead trees. Step on in.
Well, I've flown more terrible flights.
Say that again once you've tried it.
Okay.
He's a nice boy. With that, Agent Thunder soars across the southern United States. Eventually, he'll land somewhere in say, Mexico and find other transit down toward South America. But I guess South America, then it's South Pole. For now, we jump ahead to Antarctica. We see across the vast white scape of the Antarctic plains one lone black shelter. It seems like a small hut, but amongst all the rest of the white expanse, it stands out so vividly. This little four-sided peaked roof building.
And we go into this building through the peak, and we see a man with his hands together, sitting, contemplating, waiting for his next subject.
Roll. You're late, Roll. Well, what have you to report? Have the next subjects arrived outside? You say there's 5 total?
And there's a woman with him. And she's...
You still count her among the 5, as if she's a full and equal person. That's very progressive, Rook. Well, and these explorers, they've made it to the southern point on the coast. Rose, you'll make it known to the rest of the troops.
But do it in your special way.
Excellent, Rose. I much prefer viewing you in this form. Let me get the door for you.
Barbara.
Yes. Go off, my flightless fiends. Show them what for. The door closes.
And the figure sits down again, contemplating, perfecting the formula. We now go to a flame through the air, almost about to break their legs. Agent Thunder.
Despite finding other modes of transportation, it's always been more slingshots the whole way south.
He takes the pull.
Landing last minute, a flash of red, rolling across the white landscape. Agent Thunder stands up, fully expanded in his big parka, like a little toddler on a snow day. He gives a little buck. Enrico presses back down.
It's rather chilly, don't you think?
Now, despite the harsh landing, as he looks around this expanse, he sees no sign of any camp, any base, anywhere he should be meeting his contact, June Frost.
But I should have been slingshotted in the direct location.
As he begins to continue to survey, going across the landscape, he sees smoke billowing from the edge of the water. He begins taking off at a sprint across this ice. And as he comes closer, he notices the wreckage of an exploratory vessel.
There's like a vehicle that, like a snowmobile, and there's smoke coming out of it, freshly exploded. And there's
Yes, sorry.
Yes.
The vessel I was painting was a boat. I'm sorry, I should have said a boat.
it's a snowboat.
A snowboat. Oh, goodness. I was too late. I spent too much air resistance on my tuxedo. It slowed my flight. Goodness. What's happening?
Oh, where are they? Where are they? My
Where-
friends. Come on.
Friend,
Penny,
Who? What?
Plunky,
Plunky.
Plunky,
Plunky?
Planky.
Wait, Plunky, Plunky, and Planky?
Who are you?
Well, I'm not Plunky, Plunky, Planky, or Penny.
No, you're not 2 feet and adorable and have little tiny flippers
Well,
that make me cry.
Well, I have 2 feet, and we'll see if I can make you cry later. My name is Agent Thunder. For good reasons. We'll talk things out. We'll get to your deep issues. We'll have a great heart-to-heart.
You're the agent the agency sent, but obviously you're way too late.
Well, I'm sorry. I came as soon as I could. The service is very busy on a global scale.
My penguins, they've wandered off.
Your penguin.
Yes, I had 4 penguins here. Plenty, Plunky. I can't name them all right now.
Penny, Plunky, Plunky, and Planky?
Wow. Maybe you will make me cry.
But that's not important. I'll be crying right now if I don't find that precious penguin.
it's okay. These penguins, I'm sure that there's a way to track them. And if anything, they'll be found first by...
It's no use. We can't make it across the plains like this. They were the key to making travel happen here. They were my sled penguins.
sled penguins.
The whole team of them, so bravely rushing across the plains, pulling my sled.
Are you sure?
They're how I navigated. They're how I found that structure. Everything was going fine before I found that. We were recording the strange occurrences, and of course, all the normal penguins were getting grotesque and large, but everything was so simple then. As soon as I made contact with your service, it messed everything up.
Listen, I agree with you. Maybe getting me involved may make it more dangerous. But trust me when I say, I am the most capable man to find your penguins and to find the person who did this.
If we want to do anything, we're going to have to start making pace.
Why have pace when you can make tempo?
I think those are pretty
I
synonymous.
can hear flapping. And by hear, I mean I can see it. And by see it, I mean I can hear it through the glasses.
What?
Now, you see, with these devices I can sense something else. Yes, of course. It's the sound of penguin flippers. Due east.
Due east. Well, we have to go east. Let's go east.
Well, do you have your sled still?
Unfortunately, it's completely destroyed.
Well, if we can make a makeshift sled, I think I know how we can power it.
Well, here. I use this penguin suit to communicate with the penguins. I talk to them, and they mate with each other when I tell them to. It's a biologist thing.
They really do. Most biologists dress up as animals.
Just use this as a sled!
Oh, I use it as a sled.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Well, you sit on this. And I guess I'll hold this. And away we go.
Agent Thunder, with the power of a whole team of 4 penguins, begins dragging June Frost across the landscape. But as they continue, the sun is setting, night falls, and June seems to be getting worried. Agent, you might want to pick up the pace. You see, ever since the strange growth hormone, the anomaly has been happening with all the penguins. It's been spreading through the rest of the food chain. All the other creatures down here have also been growing large, grotesque.
In
including-
Antarctica, What? A bigger penguin?
No.
A turtle? What other small things are called?
Well, it's there.
I'm sure we'll be okay.
Literally as soon as he says that, a giant spotted leopard seal just jumps right out of the ice in slow motion.
It like soars above them, flying right over the makeshift penguin sled, lands on the ice, and skitters to a stop in front of them.
Oh. See, I should have studied up on the other life. I thought it was only penguins and turtles.
Well, you're lucky you have me. This spotted lion seals.
Leopard seal?
Leopard seals. But also lion seals.
No, not
I'm
that.
the expert here.
Okay.
They calm down if you do a certain movement, okay? After me. Miss Frost shows that all you, a certain form of Tai Chi.
I can't believe it. It's really working.
Yes, but even if you stop for a moment.
Stop for a moment, what?
Oh!
Stop for a moment.
As that happens, the leopard seal becomes enraged that the beautiful dancing had stopped.
Oh, my goodness. Wait, take a hold of the cylinder. Hold it like so.
Wait, like so?
Oh, and then grab the top.
Grab the top.
Not like that.
Wait, like what? Like this? Like a bundle? And with that, the suit activates. She is covered in a protective suit, but Agent Thunder goes tumbling down below the ice with the leopard seal. It's now an underwater fight. With deft movements, Agent Thunder's just barely getting out of the way of the massive maw of this spotted leopard seal. He begins to move back to get a faster, longer approach. With that, Agent Thunder manages to place the goggles over the seal's eyes. Without its attuned vision underwater, it can't quite make sense of all these sounds in the water.
And Agent Thunder then quickly takes the glasses off.
And the gentle bobbing under the water, it is pure tranquility. Agent Thunder leads the seal Tai Chi, and the two of them make a deep bond, man and nature, in perfect harmony. And with that, the leopard seal drifts away back to the depths. Stuck on a little snow glove.
I pressed the thing like you said!
No!
I pressed it, but
I knew it was complicated.
Wait, right in there, yep.
No, you gotta plunge the leg.
Hold on.
What happened? It was poofy and warm, and I felt so loved.
Me too.
What happened with the seal?
I think a lot happened. But there are more pressing matters, Miss Frost.
Yeah.
You see, seeing that sea lion, as beautiful as it was,
It's not a seal.
seeing the sea lion.
I'm the expert here.
Oh, you're right.
It's a spotted leopard seal.
You were very adamant about that.
Yes, I was before that I'm the expert. Me, the same person, me.
That sea lion, or that sea,
The seal, it's shorter, it's even shorter.
the seal.
Yes.
The seal was overgrown, tortured by its own messing up with its biology.
Yes.
We need to save these creatures now.
All the muscular hypertrophy, everything's been thrown off in the ecosystems. And who knows, if it continues, it spread even further than just the Antarctic. It could change biodiversity of life all across the planet.
Well, is that the institution? because I think we have made it. Miss Frost, you must stay behind me. This may be more dangerous than we thought.
Stay behind like not read your spot?
Like
or
behind me.
Just
I may misidentify a
following
sea
you?
lion again, so.
Oh, well, I don't want that to happen.
Agent Thunder heads to the black building we were talking about, and
As he approaches, he comes up and gives a try at the handle. Miraculously, it's unlocked. But as he goes inside the facility, it's empty of life. Everything else is still there. You can see that the serum tables and everything are about, but
he walks in and he sees a bunch of blueprints hurriedly taken off. All the evidence is somewhat there, but not all, and he's wondering why they might have not taken everything. Agent Thunder is perplexed.
picks up a vial, a small vial full of red liquid. Decides to tuck it away in his pocket for now. No, I really thought that Penny, Plunky, Punky, and Plunky would all be here. Oh, it gets so scary for them at night when they're alone.
Miss Frost.
Punky, Punky cries.
Miss Frost!
Planky snores so loud.
Miss
she
Frost!
Penny up. Yes.
Under the ice. I hear something.
And as Agent Thunder hears something, a huge penguin comes up and puts him into a chokehold, breaking the ice below him.
Wait, which one's the chokehold?
Whatever is safest for you.
Okay.
This is so safe.
Oh gosh! Wait.
What? This is Planky. He sounded cuter as you described him.
Planky, please, you let him go. This man, he's here to help. He's trying to help us figure out what's happening. Oh goodness, whatever happened to you. And as Agent Thunder is being held in this chokehold, he manages to sneak his hand back into the pocket.
I know. I didn't pay enough attention to you. I really just want to make you happy. And I want to make you free in this desert land and reunite you with your brethren. Oh, just let the man go, please.
Well, if you won't let me go, perhaps this will help.
And with that, he empties the newly mixed concoction from the vial into the penguin's mouth.
And the large penguin can't help but do that penguin thing.
And begins to slowly loosen its grip and recede down. Planky! Oh, Planky, you're back to normal. Oh, goodness. Hey, Agent, what did you do? How did you manage that?
Well, you see, luckily, while I was back on the farm, I managed to snag Doc's supply of that fantastic farmer's sweat.
Oh. And
You know, it's such a rare liquid, you never know when you'll come across it other than confiscating it from the black market. And it seems that the reaction between the farmer's perspiration and this, what I can only assume is the penguin growth serum, actually managed to reverse the effects.
Wow, this could advance my research for decades. Oh, thank you, Agent. That's amazing.
Yes. Amazing. Well, Agent, I heard you were good, but I didn't know you were fighting seals and penguins good.
Some might say it's my specialty. And those people would be the ones who've only ever seen me do that.
Well, I suspect you've never heard of me, given I've never been named.
Oh, I suppose I haven't.
But I have.
Terrence? Oh, okay.
Terrence, is that you?
Yes, Terrence Frost, your twin brother. I came down here, originally researching penguins with you. But years ago, I was lost below the ice.
I thought you were dead.
It does happen to most people who get lost below the ice.
Look, I sent Planky and Fluky down there, and they didn't find anything. But I guess they did come back with a lot of fish, and they probably didn't look for you at all.
Yes. We relied so heavily on these sweet penguins of yours. You loved them more than me.
Well, I only did what you told me to do, which was take care of the animals and bring them above what they could be.
But that's what I learned under the ice. Is that the animals don't need to be taken care of. They can take care of everything. If we give them the tools, they'll take care of the whole world for us.
I can't believe what you're saying.
I can't believe I haven't punched you yet.
Oh yeah? Well, can you believe this? And he hits the single red button on the inside of this black shack.
Oh no!
And with
I
that,
should have seen the red button.
bars shoot up from under the ice, enclosing both two large cages for them and one small one for Planky.
No, Planky! You won't get away with this.
I'm so sorry, but
Sorry is too late. This penguin used to be a good foot soldier. I think I'm going to recruit him back into my forces.
Look at he reaches into the cage and picks up Planky, and we see in his hand he has a vial, no longer just red, but a shining red. You can see he's perfected this serum to something even more, and he walks off out of the shack. Planky, Planky, no!
Miss Frost, I normally do not like to say this, but I'm not sure there is much hope. Because there is a lot of hope.
With that, Age of Thunder reaches in behind his cummerbund that he always wears. You know, he's got a cummerbund. And he pulls out the penguin suit from before.
You were wearing the penguin suit as a cummerbund the whole time?
Well, I had it tucked inside the cummerbund, but now I'm going to wear it on top of the cummerbund. Ugh. Oh, it's not really made for my size. It's a bit broader than you.
Well, thank you.
How do I look?
Like a penguin. I don't understand your plan.
Still a stunning agent in a tuxedo, though.
You're gonna make me cry.
With this on, my feet have the distinct sound of penguin flippers.
I don't understand.
I heard them
Penguin
before,
flippers?
or rather I saw them before, and I know that that sound is so attractive to certain creatures out here in this ecosystem that if I tap long enough on the ice...
Why is the ice shaking?
And out of the ice comes an old friend.
The head of the spotted leopard seal bursts up, breaking the bars apart.
The entire structure, in fact, is breaking upon the ice, and the whole thing
The shack falls away in 4 directions.
and as the shack falls, the seal is now the life preserver that both these individuals grab onto as the seal ensures that they're okay.
Goodness. Perhaps I should expand my research to include penguins and seals. This is magnificent.
Roar. There'll be enough time for research later, after we take care of this other stuff that isn't that nerdy shit.
They go outside and they chase they chase Terrence as Terrence is now running with the seal with the penguin, looking at this monstrosity that just broke out of the ice. I gotta put this serum in this penguin quick. I'll do it. I'll give this serum to this penguin.
Hold on, Sheely, wait. You wouldn't dare.
I will, and you won't believe what will happen if I do.
I doubt that you even know. Have you even tested this serum?
Yeah, whatever. I did. Yes.
I can tell he's lying.
No,
That's
I
how he
did.
knows. Ever since he was a child, he lied like that.
Planky, I tested it, right? Planky!
Even the penguin doesn't trust you.
Oh. And the seal is disapproving too?
Come here, Sheely. Low fin.
No! I'm gonna do it anyway!
Planky, no! And as the red drops drip into Planky's mouth, again, he can't help watching him grow, and his eyes, the penguins have pupils?
They do.
They expand to the full point. His eyes black out, and he goes into a trance.
Breaking the bars open and freeing himself from the cage. Still regular size. It's really cute. Coming out of the cage is Planky.
He's emanating almost an aura. It feels like there's immense power deep within him. And he raises back his head and lets out a shriek. The sound echoes out across the landscape. And this, now, the serum has actually affected Planky on a deeper level. Actually, Terrence is going to say this because it makes more sense than me just saying, it worked. It's become the alpha specimen. Its sheer DNA has changed. That while still in penguin form, it now has immense psychic abilities. That shriek has just activated the minds of every penguin on the subcontinent.
But what you are not aware of, Father, is that my mind has grown infinitesimally to yours. Yes, I know words that you don't, and that is because...
I totally know that word. I totally know it. It sounds like he's lying.
I can read his mind. He is
Stop
lying.
lying. I am not lying.
I can speak to all of you, all of my children. You at home on the internet watching right now. I can communicate into your brain, and I need you to bring all of your brain power into mine to finally defeat this violator of nature. Terrence, 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 Terrence.
Terrence hears Terrence from thousands of animals, creatures, amoeba, his ex-wife, his ex-girlfriends,
Too loud. It's too much.
his dog at home that he forgot to have a babysitter, but someone else rescued the puppy. Thank goodness.
And we see his ears actually start to bleed. June, I never thought it would go this far. I was just trying to
Terrence,
protect the animals that we cared for.
Terrence, it was my fault. Terrence!
Now that the scourge of the human above us has been eliminated, animals, including us penguins specifically, will finally rise to a proper place at the top of the food chain. And the shriek emits, echoing out over the Antarctic, and we hear a chorus of other penguins calling back out in response.
Planky, yes, I agree with you. You should be at the top. And as a token of appreciation, this royal cape of warmth.
Yes. A robe befitting the rule of this new planet.
Yes, sir, just place a flipper on the side there.
Right here.
And then place one on the top.
Okay.
Don't place one on the top like, yes. Yeah,
God, that's
no.
confusing.
No, it's on, yeah, okay. And then give it a little plunge.
And it expands to a size that, since Planky is still a normal penguin size, is fully encapsulated and temporarily trapped inside the barca.
What have you done to me, human?
Quick, Seal, June, we need to get away. It's too strong right now. I don't understand enough about psychic abilities.
But I do now. You were recently on a farm. She puts the farmer's sweat of a brand new farmer on the mouth of Planky. And Planky can't help but do the thing that penguins do.
I'm smart. I'm smart. I can communicate with animals.
Planky! Oh. Agent, you really are truly a farmer.
Well, I suppose I am. But that psychic screech already let out is... Frankie, how can we correct this? How can we tell the penguins that we mean no harm, that we aren't trying to destroy them, that we can help bring back sustainability to their ecosystem?
With my final telekinesis power, just try to leave us alone.
And he grabs the hands of all the penguins surrounding in a large, like Hands Across America style. And they all walk into the Antarctic sunset.
Oh, don't forget you, Clanky. Oh, you Plunky. You Plunky. I'm coming. Oh. And also, I guess, Roald, you were my brother's penguin. I recognize you in the bunch. Yeah.
Well, in Antarctica, you leave with a cold heart.
Yes, Agent, I never thought that it would be us, the fact that we came in here that caused so much trouble. Right? Research so hands-on, we should have kept a greater distance. If we observed more carefully and cared for the true state of nature as it was, then perhaps none of this would have happened.
But we managed to look for your brother and find him. And although he was far gone, you at least got
Oh
to...
my gosh, his body is here.
Oh, jeez.
Right.
Oh, my...
Thank you. Sorry. I shouldn't have pointed it out.
But, seems like perhaps you might need to find a new field of study.
I don't know where I'm going to find that. I mean, if I tell them that I met my brother who biologically changed the mutation of...
Have you ever considered working for the service? Sure, we could use other cold weather contacts and specialists in that sort of field.
Well, you do look like a penguin, and that's my area of expertise.
Where did old Seeley go? I know I'm not wearing the suit, but if I give a little slap, you think he'll come back up?
We see underneath, we pan down, and we just see like a very accomplished seal who's looking up above the ice. And he has one of these.
Cutting back up to the ice, Agent Leonard continues to tap away, and then he hears a low rumble. Suddenly, bursting up out of the ice, is the director.
Hello! Hello, Agent! Marvelous job! I just met your friend down there!
He gave quite a stirring recommendation, both to you and Miss Frost here.
He briefed you on everything?
Oh yes, seal speak is much more succinct than that of the English language.
That is odd.
I didn't make it up, I only know it.
Oh, Director, I thought I would meet you back at HQ. What are you doing here?
There's no time for that. You will have to head off on your next mission.
Oh, my next mission.
Yes, you'll have to...
You'll have to go to a different farm, but this time in space. Space farm!
Well, I suppose it's always true that I'll always be needed because,
The world always needs Agent Thunder! Well, thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much.
If you're at home and you really enjoyed what you just saw, please do yourself a favor and follow us on social media. Yes, not the service, SNS YEG. That is our company that puts on this show. We are Sorry Not Sorry Productions. We have a Twitter, a Facebook. You can find us on Facebook at Sorry Not Sorry Productions.
If you follow us on any of those social medias, you can hear about any of our upcoming performances, including more live streams like this, or our very next live in-person performance over at the Grindstone Theater.
Yes, we are finally having a live performance for YEG D&D!
Our long-form fantasy Dungeons & Dragons improv show. That will be on April 30th.
Yes.
What day of the week is that?
That is a Saturday.
Saturday, April 30th at 7 p.m., I believe?
Yes.
Yes, just over at the Grindstone Theater.
It's going to be a lot of fun. You can come and see two really amazing characters go through an adventure with a DM.
One of which played by this fella right here.
Whoa!
And the other played by our fantastic tech over in the booth, Glenna.
And that being said, let's give another thank you to our beautiful musician tonight. Please give it up for Agent Brian Raine. Thank you so much, Brian.
Brian, do you have any plugs?
Oh, yes.
I should have asked you earlier.
I'm good.
He's good!
He's good!
But other than that, again, yes, just look up Sorry Not Sorry, follow us SNSYEG on any of the social medias to find out about future shows. And again, that show for YEG D&D will be Saturday, April 30th at 7 p.m. at the Grindstone.
Yes, we'll see you there, and thank you so much for tuning in again. Good night, and be safe out there, everybody.